Prison Lab seats are keeping me so secure on this hill. I'd be everywhere, but I'm locked in with these. I feel like I'm like being hugged the whole time. And dude, I just got these gloves, so sick. These things with the seat, you can't beat that combo.
We're in Japan.
These Prison Lab seats are keeping me so secure on this hill. I'd be everywhere, but I'm locked in with these. I feel like I'm like being hugged the whole time. And dude, I just got these gloves, so sick. These things with the seat, you can't beat that combo.
We're in
secure on this hill. I'd be everywhere, but I'm locked in with these. I feel like I'm like being hugged the whole time. And dude, I just got these gloves, so sick. These things with the seat, you can't beat that combo.
We're in
Japan. The Emmett tour has begun.
We go to 3 track days on this tour. We got Mayhan, Bihoku, and TKL.
Then we're going to take you to up garages. We're going to go check out awesome workshops like Rocket Bunny, Trial, you name it, we got it.
You know it, it's going to be jam-packed. We're also going to take this tour to Ebisu for a 7-day add-on to the November tour.
And we're going to be hanging doors with guys like Adam LC, people from Aussie, everybody you've ever wanted to see. I think there's even going to be some sneaky Drift Masters guys there. And Ryusei's coming in for a pop too.
And you know it's going to be all recorded like a documentary, so you can see what we're doing here on tour by the one and only Ben down the street.
So, are you wondering why you haven't joined?
These Prisma Lab seats are keeping me so secure on this hill. I'd be everywhere, but I'm locked in with these. I feel like I'm like being hugged the whole time. And dude, I just got these gloves, so sick. These things with the seat, you can't beat that combo.
How's my framing? Framing okay? Good right there?
We're in Japan.
Japan. The Emmett tour has begun.
We go to 3 track days on this tour. We got Mayhan, Bihoku, and TKL.
Then we're going to take you to up garages. We're going to go check out awesome workshops like Rocket Bunny, Trial, you name it, we got it.
You know it, it's going to be jam-packed. We're also going to take this tour to Ebisu for a 7-day add-on to the November tour.
And we're going to be hanging doors with guys like Adam LC, people from Aussie, everybody you've ever...
Alrighty, good afternoon, Drift fans. Thank you for tuning in to the Ultimate Drifting Challenge live stream this weekend. We are out here in Emmett, Idaho at Motorplex at the Mill. We've got the 215 tire comp today. We've got 235 tomorrow. Make sure you guys stay tuned for that and hang out for the chaos. With that being said, we're going to get straight into competition right now. Hope you guys enjoy. Alrighty, good morning everybody. How are we doing? Thank you for tuning in to the Ultimate Drifting Challenge. We're out here in Emmett, Idaho at Motorplex at the Mill. Today is our day one. We've got 215 tire comp today. Tomorrow we've got 235, so make sure you stick around and tune into that. I've got Mr. Don right here next to me. Those of you that may be unfamiliar with who you are, who are you? What do you do? How are you involved in the automotive community and drifting? And give me a little backstory.
All right, well, I started drifting at the age of 50. I'm now Don Shred. I've been drifting on a few circuits, including Hot Pit Auto Fest. And then I got a little bit irritated with California, and I now live in Emmett, Idaho. So I live here pretty much at Motorplex at the Mill. I've been invited to be the voice of NASCAR here. I work with the Roadhouse at the Mill, which is attached to this fantastic complex. So I'm living the dream up here. So pretty much you can do whatever you want here in Idaho.
That sounds amazing.
Yeah.
You are living the dream.
Yeah.
That's cool. So how long have you been driving for, you said?
Been driving, this will be my 9th season, I think.
Okay.
Started out with nothing. I was a brand new drifter, no previous motorsports experience, and now Don Shredda has arrived. Welcome to the Shreddosphere.
And what got you into drifting?
Well, I was in construction, so I always had trucks, and I slip and slide those things around in the rain and have a good time doing that, and decided, hey, I wonder if there's a class. So I checked with Google, and Google said Drift 101, Willow
cool.
Springs, California.
There
so
you go.
Off I went, yeah.
And what car did you start in?
Started in just a primer black 350Z.
350Z, there you go.
That's right, yeah.
And I think we've said a few times before, those of you that are wanting to get into drifting, that want to learn, that want a cheap, cheap, easy car to set up, go get yourself a Nissan 350Z.
350Z or the Hayden version Corvette.
The Corvette,
It's already got an LS in there. You're ready to go, kiddo. So
exactly.
Jump in and send it.
And so you started with the 350Z. What do you have now?
Now I'm running a 240SX with an LS3, so I've got a couple of those motors. But for the little track here, I've got 550 horsepower from LS Doctor, so Margarita.
Oh, Mr. Margaritas.
Margarita set me up
there
on
we
that.
go.
Yeah,
he actually came and talked on the stream with me a few events ago.
Okay, outstanding, yeah.
Yeah, Margaritas
great
is
guy.
awesome. He's a great guy.
And his motor is still running strong, so.
Oh, that's a testament to his work.
Oh yeah, I mean he guarantees these motors for a season. It's like send
wow.
it. So yeah, rip and tear on that thing. I'd do it again. So thank you, Margaritas.
And he's down in SoCal, right? So if any SoCal guys need some LSs built, hit up the LS Doctor.
Yeah, go and support his program. His engines are great, so I would do it again in a heartbeat.
And so how long have you been out here in Emmett now?
I showed up in Emmett in August last year, and so I'm kind of 6 months in. I survived my first winter.
There we go. Was it pretty brutal?
Yeah, well, there was a few days I wish the workday was over sooner. But otherwise, I did survive. I'm not packing it up and going home yet. So the weather's getting nice, partly cloudy today and a solid 68 degrees, so I think it'll be great.
Sweet. And so you and I met a couple years ago. We both have driven Hot Pit. We drove a couple seasons together. Do you have any intention or plan to go back?
I'll be bouncing back and forth. I'm building a home here in a drift cave, so I'll have a full shop eventually. So we're about 25% done with the build, very close here to the track. So like I was in Azusa, 15 minutes from the track, I'm 12 minutes from this track.
That's amazing.
Oh, but you want to get an eye roll out of your wife? Say, honey, I've got a track real close by again. Oh no, that didn't go so well, but I'm gonna keep on drifting and
can't stop.
She'll come visit when I get her house done.
There you go.
So, yeah,
there you go.
It's gonna work out one way or another.
Sounds like things are going good for you.
Yeah, no, it's a lot of fun living here in Idaho. And if you don't know, no smog here. We don't smog vehicles, so come on up. We don't register guns. We're fine. It's a free state.
Trying to convince me to come out here.
It's a free state. But the locals say, hey, don't tell too many people this.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Can't tell too many people.
Right.
Just the few viewers on the stream.
Exactly. Yeah, just a few viewers. Yeah.
And so this track, you mentioned earlier in conversation that you and I were having, this is a relatively new track here.
Yep.
And how long has it been around?
This is, I believe, the third or fourth season on the track. Actually, I think it's the third season coming up now, and it started out as a dirt track. I saw it on Google Earth when I was thinking about moving to Emmett.
Oh, really?
I figured it was a dirt track because it's a rural community, and I talked to the owner, and he said, oh no, I'm going to pave it like in a month. It's like, oh really?
So you got out here when it was fresh.
Yeah, drift, go-kart, and NASCAR, and the track surface is so good still. So they don't do any of the boat races to mess up the track, so it's still nice. I get a lot of laps. I mean, in my car, I can get a solid 8 laps on this track.
Yeah, I was about to ask, how's the tire wear? Yeah.
Yeah, it's really good. So, I
Yeah,
mean,
the
I brought
layout is really, really cool. I like the layout a lot. I mean, even like how we're running it today, super fun. You know, running it reverse would be a lot of fun too, coming down off of this bank into the infield. It looks like a very fun, tight, technical infield, allows for some good tandems. Hopefully today we'll see.
There's a couple little tight spots, but at some point we'll reverse the track. We'll come off and go right into their turn 3 and 4. So I come out, scare the crowd against the wall, and send it full throttle 4th gear, and yeah, it's really worked out well.
Let her eat.
Yep.
Oh man, that's fun. Hopefully, so how often are there drift events out here?
Idaho drifted a couple per year, and then we're going to have Shark Fest. They'll have some drifting on that.
When is that?
Shark Fest is in June, I think.
Okay.
And then we have Truck Invasion coming in the summertime. We'll do some exhibition, like a Fuel Fest type of thing.
That's cool.
So
Man, well,
there'll
maybe
always
we'll
be
have to come back out for that.
Yeah, there will always be a drift presence. So I'm developing new plans to do some more drifting out here. Hopefully, do some more events, draw some folks out.
Grow the
from,
community.
Yeah, Western U.S. and who knows what happens. It's kind of a blank slate. We can do whatever we want here. So we have full backing from the track, and you know, the owner's real accepting of drifting and any motorsports. He's a racer, NASCAR racer for years and years. The whole family's into it.
Okay.
And yeah, it's
Very
about promotion of racing, fellowship,
Yeah.
sportsmanship, and it's a good environment out here.
And so for the viewers at home that are watching the stream, that they see, you know, the event this weekend and see the track, and let's say somebody at home falls in love with it, they want to come out here, they want to come drive. How can they keep up with, you know, the schedule and what's going on with this facility here?
So this facility and the area is Facebook centric. So Roadhouse at the Mill for all the concerts going on, and Motorplex at the Mill. Facebook has the full calendar of all the NASCAR events, and then we'll post other events coming up.
Got it.
They also do some time attack.
Ooh.
Yeah, there's
A little bit of everything.
Yeah, there's a car guy in town called Fairly Reliable Bob. He does an event every other Monday for his people and anybody who wants to come do time attack.
Cool, so there's events here regularly then.
Oh yeah, there's Porsche people come out. So, you know, it's kind of the closest thing around here for motorsports. That's a decent Roval track.
Right. Right.
As opposed
A
to
Roval.
Meridian
That's a
Speedway.
good way to put it, Roval.
Yeah,
Yeah, because
Roval.
it's a road course and an oval.
Yeah, so go-karts is a big thing in the area. Through Kart Idaho operates here with the Spud Cup is coming up in the summer. It's the largest West Coast karting event there is.
Okay.
Yeah, I think they have like 1,000 drivers. I mean, it's
wow.
huge. It's run on
wow.
2 different tracks. There's a track up the road a little bit, and here it's so big it has to use multiple tracks.
Crazy. And I noticed, like, on the way here yesterday, like 5 minutes down the road, there's a drag strip too.
Yep, Firebird Drag Strip is down the way. I'd actually like to take my drift car out there and see.
You
how it
should.
goes. I know, yeah.
That would be cool.
Just square it up, put all grip in, and send it.
Hopefully not snap some axles or hurt the drivetrain.
I mean, during a drift run, we're doing like 7
That's true.
drag starts. Every time you clutch kick,
that's true.
That's a drag start.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. That's
So,
very true.
Yeah, so that's happening, and they have tons of car shows there. So I mean, it's kind of a motorsports heaven in that we can get everything here. I mean, I can't even get a Canon filter for my daily driver in California.
Right.
So
Right.
hey, if you wanna get something, send it to Don Shredda. I will send it back to you in California, guys.
There we go.
Whatever it takes.
And your Instagram, if these guys want to reach out to you, is Don Shredda, right?
Don Shredda. That's Instagram and some Facebook. I do answer the DMs. I'm on it too much, so
Yep,
I
I feel
will
that.
answer. Yeah. Yeah, I got you covered there. So yeah.
And have you kept up previously with the other UDC streams and events that we've had so far this year? What's kind of your initial impression on the Matsuri style competition format?
Really interesting. I mean, it's definitely a change of pace, and I've heard nothing but good things about the way it's run and the driver friendliness of it.
Yes.
So
Yes.
everybody seems to be a fan, and I can't wait to see it live.
Yeah, now you
here
get to
in a few
experience that
minutes.
firsthand.
Yeah, right on.
And
Yeah.
you'll be out here judging today,
I'll be
right?
judging today, so
Yep.
I'm feeling super judgy. So watch out, all you
Oh
drivers.
yeah. All these drivers that are tuning into the stream, watch out, this guy.
Yeah. Okay. I know where everybody should be on this track. I've done a few events here, so there's some spots to hit like any other track. Get to the spot, you win.
One thing I was noticing during practice that the stream can't really see yet, but they will see, is that from outer zone 4 connecting into this last inner clip, it's going to be a bit of a challenge for some of these drivers to link that without either reinitiating or kind of a little bit of a muscle memory, with a bit of a second transition or almost feint there. So it'll be cool to see how these guys adapt throughout the morning during practice of really extending properly through this last couple of zones.
I forecast some tire pressure increases just to make that one long spot, and I don't think you're giving up too much, but to get to the marks is really the name of the game, as we all know.
And with this being such a new facility, new asphalt, it seems like the grip is there. It's very consistent. Tire wear should be pretty decent, as you said earlier. So hopefully these guys get some good longevity, and hopefully, it's looking at the clouds right now. We shouldn't get too much weather today. I think tomorrow is forecasted some rain for sure.
That's kind of what I heard, but it is Idaho, and the old timers here say Emmett just doesn't know how to rain.
Okay.
So things kind of move around here. Sometimes you can get hammered, sometimes you don't.
Yeah, because even this morning, leaving the hotel, it was wet outside. I was like, oh.
It rained this morning.
Yeah, it did rain this morning. Yeah, a little worried, but it seems like thankfully we're in this beautiful spotter stand, and we're away from the elements.
Hey, we're going to be fine there.
There shouldn't be too much of a delay with things this weekend. I know previous streams, we've inconsistently had some delays here and there because of weather, but it feels like we're pretty well set up so far. So, fingers crossed.
Today is going to be a good day.
Yeah.
And we'll just worry about tomorrow when it gets there.
Exactly. And hopefully we can start sending some drivers here soon. I hear some
cars.
Vehicles under us.
Yeah.
Don't really have a visual on the pit lane right now, but should start this. Should be starting the comp here soon.
All right. Hey, who's our major sponsors for this event?
Sponsors, alrighty. So I've got a good list of sponsors and partners. We've got Cage Kits, which actually Rob and the Cage Kits teams are here. Rob is driving this weekend, I believe. I saw his car out here practicing.
Okay.
So I don't know if he's driving 215, if he's driving 235, but his car's here. He's got some buddies out here with him, so that'll be really cool. Glad to see him here. Big shout out to Cage Kits. They've come on board, giving drivers in the series discounts on cages, and I believe that they mentioned for some of the seasonal winners actually getting a free roll cage this year, which is huge.
Great sponsorship.
A huge sponsorship, right? We've also got SoFine USA. We've got Race Club Fabrication on board, Low-I Media, providing you guys all of the media on the Instagram page, on the Facebook, everything you see. Big shout out to the production crew as well. Thank you guys. We've got Cat Daddy Tuning, Society, Drift Japan, giving away a trip to Japan.
Nice.
For the two winners of the season. So the 215 winner and the 235 winner, those guys get to go out to Japan for a expense-paid trip.
Nice. I want to start on this event too.
I know, right?
Okay, I'm jealous.
Yeah, next year maybe you come drive.
Oh, that'd be okay.
We've got Defined Wraps, we've got Prisma Labs and NRG. Last round we did some giveaways on stream with some Prisma Labs and NRG merch, which was a big hit. Everyone loved that. We've got Vitor tires, Zestino tires, and Zeknova tires. So the drivers out here are running those tires, put down consistent grip, having full faith in their vehicles, and those tire companies have come on board to give them good deals so that they can, make it to these events and hopefully not kill their wallet too much.
That's right. Yeah, I've got Vitors on the way now.
Oh, sweet. How do you like the Vitors?
I've been using them for a couple of years now.
Yeah?
Yeah, they're working great for me.
I've heard good things. Yeah. And I know Zeknova has kind of popped up recently within the last year in the States, and I've seen great things about the Zeknovas as well. I haven't tried them yet, but I've wanted to.
Okay. I think Nick Gonzalez has had great luck with those. He's been pushing them.
Okay. Very cool. Very cool. Also, we've got Black Widow exhaust. Big shout out to Bill. We've got Ignition Speed, TDMI Imports, Street Rivals, J&A Racing Oil, Eagle Motorworks, and of course, Idaho Drift. So
thank you, Idaho Drift.
Yeah, thank you, Idaho Drift. Yeah, exactly. So those are our main partners and sponsors, and everyone has come together to support the Ultimate Drifting Challenge, to support these drivers and help us put on this amazing season for all of you viewers at home. And again, thank you to the production crew and the live stream crew. Without them, you guys at home wouldn't be able to tune in and watch the chaos unfold throughout these weekends and see these events happen live. So thank you to everyone involved, and thank you to all the companies. And here, hopefully soon, we can start to see some drivers. I see media walking out on track, so that's a good sign. Everyone's getting ready, and we should start 215 here soon.
Right. Now, as far as the general compound here, Motorplex at the Mill is a Facebook page, so please hit them and like them, follow. Also, Roadhouse at the Mill. Tons of concerts coming this summer. Easton Corbin, Chauncey Williams coming at the end of the month. A lot of great acts. We had Sarah Evans, so lots going on at Roadhouse at the Mill.
And also, real quick, I'd like to give a shout out to RSR Services. Thank you guys for also being a partner for this season. Missed that in my other list, so my apologies. Let's see, what else do we got?
Well, a little bit more about Motorplex at the Mill. We are surrounded by an actual wood mill, and this being a Boise Cascade mill at one time, closed down in the early 90s, I think.
Really?
Yeah, this was really a company town. If you worked here, you worked in a gas station, or you were in the wood business.
Okay.
So that left, like I said, in the 90s, the town kind of shut down, and our track owner picked this place up and turned it into what it is today, Motorplex at the Mill, and kind of revitalized it and revitalized the town. So a lot going on here. There's a ton of businesses on this property as well. So they've done a great job to kind of bring it all back together for Emmett, small, cute little rural town.
Yeah, and there's a lot of new development that I noticed. We flew in yesterday, driving through town. We're staying in Eagle, which is like 25 minutes away. And so many just new housing and new buildings, and the restaurants are all very nice. And even, driving out here closer to the track, there's just so much new stuff everywhere. It's nice to see it growing.
Sometimes I meet people from Idaho.
Oh.
But mostly Californians. Like, where are you from? Yeah.
Transplants
Southern, middle, south, yeah.
Hopefully all the transplants don't ruin everything up here.
Yes, we're told to leave our...
Oh, we got cars ready?
Yeah.
All right, yeah,
let's
start
some
sending
cars.
them. Let's get it.
We're about to send them right now.
Alrighty, guys, you heard that?
Enough from us.
Yep, enough from us. We're gonna start sending some cars and show you guys the chaos.
Yeah. All right, take it
We got
away.
a countdown?
Hey,
All right,
there we go.
so
Countdown
5,
coming.
4, 3, 2, 1. Let's get it. Sweet. Thank you, sir. Okay. Hey, I still don't have a driver's list. Okay, and we've got our first two drivers coming out on track. We've got this silver G35 up front. This man has an LS heart in that Infinity, and then we've got a white Mazda Miata in the chase, coming in, initiating down off that bank into the first outer zone. They're going to transition into OZ2. Oh, with the straighten from the Miata, that's going to hurt him in some points. Coming into this first touch and go there, transitioning to OZ3. And back in to OZ4 there. And they're gonna extend out nice and wide, ideally pushing out far. And there we go. All right, so they're going to switch positions, maintaining momentum down the straightaway. If you're unfamiliar with the UDC format, we do not stop and restage. These guys have a little bit of a gentleman's agreement on speed, and they're going to come in hot into this first zone. Great initiation by both drivers. Transitioning into OZ2 there. Now up to this touch and go, flicking in. Miata's putting a big old little gap on that Infinity. That's one great thing about the tire rule, is that it doesn't really necessarily matter how much power these guys are putting down, but as long as they are running the right tire, you could have 350 horsepower on a 215, you could have 200 horsepower on a 215. The tire is going to be the mediator there and really restricts the amount of grip that these guys are able to put down. Now, coming into this next battle, we've got a red BMW E36 and a red Scion FRS. I know that is Jeff in the chase there in that FRS. He's actually got a K-Series Honda engine swapped into that Scion. And Jeff has been one of our contenders that has driven every single round this season, whether it is a SoCal round or an out-of-state round. He has traveled from Colorado out to each of the events. So huge dedication from him this season. Love to see the massive seat time that he's getting and showing support. Bit of an early straightening by that BMW across the finish line. What's up, chat? How are we doing? Let's see. We've got Eric in the chat. What's up, Eric? What's up, Tim? Hi, Brianna. What's up, Bonkers? Got Nick, Timmy. How's everyone doing? Caitlin. What's up, you guys? Got all the regulars in the chat. Good, love to see it. Now on to the second half of this battle. Jeff with a great initiation, failing that first outer zone, transitioning into OZ2, kind of leaving that BMW in the dust. Bit of a handful of hiccups there by that BMW. Let's see if we can kind of suck in coming into this last zone, but nearly an inactive chase there by that driver. That Honda motor just screaming. How are we doing, Tim? How have you been? Great to see you in the chat again. Eric says he's peanut butter and jealous. I know, man. I wish you were here. Wish you were able to come drive. Now, we've got next two drivers coming out for their battle. BMW E46 versus that Nissan 350Z. I hear an LS. I believe that the BMW does have a LS swapped into it, and that 350Z is still a VQ car. Which, great proximity by the chase driver there, really sucking in. BMW kind of dipping off track a little bit, throwing some dust in the air. Nico says he's on his way. Had to go to this thing called a job. Oh man, well hey, see you soon now that you're off work, hopefully. Caitlin, yeah, this track looks like so much fun. It's only a few years old, so it's a new facility. The asphalt is all new. It is absolutely beautiful. Don referred it to as a roval earlier because it is both a road course and an oval. They do NASCAR here, they do time attack, they do drifting, they do karting. I mean, this has really turned into a amazing multi-purpose facility for these locals out here in Idaho. Great mimicry by the BMW there, putting down a solid chase line behind that 350Z. And as we iron out some kinks in the setup and validation for today, hopefully I'll have some more information coming into the next couple of streams. But we're just rolling with what we got right now. We've got this LS G35 up front, and we've got a FA, FRS, or BRZ in the chase. Coming in, initiating, filling all of that first outer zone by that lead car, transitioning very well into the second OZ. Good proximity there now. Oh, getting left a little bit. Let's see if he can suck back in coming into the next outer zone here. Good transition timing there to, lessen that gap there, coming across the finish line. Oh, with a premature straightening by the chase driver. Eric, I agree. Every town needs a roval. This place looks like so much fun, whether you're running it the direction that we are or even opposite. I really, really like this track. And I heard that so where our drivers are entering right now onto this first bank and driving around, some events, and we actually might do this by the end of the day, is we'll stage cars outside of the track and send them in, and there's a big hill that comes up on one side of the bank, and they will jump drift into the bank onto the course. So I think that we're gonna do some party laps later and do some jump drift. And great chase run there by that Infinity. These drivers are going to have to figure out that last kind of bit of the course there before the finish line. It seems like a handful of them are kind of prematurely straightening. What's up, JR? How are you doing, brother? And we've got Jeff coming out again in the lead. And we've got that Chase Miata there. Oh, putting on the pressure, that Miata there, almost getting a little too spicy in the chase. Thankfully, there's no contact there. Jeff's bumper, front bumper, hanging on by a thread. Flopping in the wind, filling that zone, coming in very fluid and smooth across that finish line. Love to see the support for Jeff in the chat. Yeah, I definitely want to bring my car back out of here. It looks like so much fun. And coming in, nice big initiation early by both drivers. Great lead fill by that zone there. Jeff with a little bit of a hesitation in the chase. Let's see if he can, play some catch up. That Miata is really just letting it sing, putting a gap on him. Jeff surging in now, coming into this last outer zone. Good timing there. Miata throwing down some good angle, again with a bit of a premature straightening, because there is that white line there, which I believe to be the finish line. However, these drivers are kind of straightening out right as that corner ends. Oh. I gotta move my seating position a little bit. There we go. Okay. On to this next battle. We've got the green 350Z, the red E36. There we go. Good? Cool. Looking like a solid lead run there by that 350Z. Great fill of that last outer zone. BMW struggling in the chase. But that's okay, because guess what? They've got another run. They're going to switch positions. They're going to maintain that momentum. We've got this Matsuri style competition for you guys. Maximum seat time for these drivers. And we don't have a huge driver's list today, but that's okay, because guess what? The guys that did show up, that's just going to give them more time to drive, more battles, more practice. And we've got BMW stopped on track. I wonder what is going on down there. Maybe he's confused. Maybe he thought that they were going to stop and restage. Is he unfamiliar with the momentum needed? And they're switching positions, coming around the bank. That clutch kick initiation into that first outer zone. E36 hanging it out nice and wide into that zone with an aggressive flick into OZ2. Transitioning now into that touch and go there. Great chase mimicry by that 350Z, and the E36 hanging out super wide there, kicking up dust and rocks off the track. A bit of a bobble at the end of OZ4 there. All right, we've got 1, 2, 3. Yep, OZ4. All right. BMW things, that is right. Derek is coming after work. Heck yeah, dude, I'll see you when you come out here. Derek, you bringing a car or what? You gonna drive tomorrow? You just gonna come hang out and spectate? And I believe, if I am not mistaken, so we've got crew in that gray E46 today. I wasn't sure if he mentioned that he was driving that today or if one of his crew members were driving it, but I believe crew is in that E46. And then the FRS, they're actually all pitting together. So that's one of his buddies, which I am missing a name to a car there, but... Oh, Derek is driving. Heck yeah, dude. E36 M3. Dude, so many E36s and E46s out here this weekend. Love to see it. All the BMWs. Track is open to the public. That is right. You guys can come out and drive. And these guys are staging. What is going on? Oh, we've got someone walking on the track, resetting some cones maybe. Blowing dust off of the track. Great track maintenance this weekend so far. This place is beautiful. We're trying to keep it as nice as possible. Yep, we've got guys out there sweeping, cleaning up. Come show these boys how to drive BMWs. Heck yeah. Hopefully you don't get off work too late, Derek. All the support in the chat for Jeff. Love to see it. Jake is waiting for the tire guy to show up. Watching the live. Nice, Jake. There you go. Jake, are you driving today, 2:15, or are you driving tomorrow, 2:35? And looks like we've got Cam. See, there's a bit of a delay. I've got the stream up on my phone right now so I can keep up with the chat. And yeah, it's a beautiful sunny day. You know, some clouds here and there, but it's not necessarily overcast. It's probably what, like 55, 60 degrees outside. We had a little bit of rain this morning. Hopefully it doesn't rain us out this weekend. But absolutely stunning conditions so far. Couldn't really ask for better. It's not hot, it's not cold. This place is beautiful. Out here in southwest, I guess, yeah, southwest Idaho. Yep. Jake is driving, yep, 215, purple E36. Yeah, I saw you blew a tire out earlier during practice. This guy just causing carnage before comp. Well, we've got a little bit of downtime. I'd like to, got to give it up for NRG Innovations, bringing next level style and function to your cockpit with top tier steering wheels, quick releases, and racing seats. If you guys are sending it sideways, make sure you hit up NRG for your accessories, for your seats, for your safety equipment. And we've got Prisma Labs as well, providing, with those seats that hold you tight while you guys are throwing it in at full angle. We've got comfort, control, and style, because real drifters know that seat time is everything, and you get the most seat time with NRG and Prisma Labs. Big respect to Race Club Fabrication, because without solid fab work, we wouldn't be here. Custom cages, suspension setups, and everything these drivers need to stay safe while throwing it down on track. And we've got Low Eye Media capturing all of these sweet flicks, every wall tap, these chase and lead runs you guys see because of Low Eye Media. And with that being said, thank you to the production crew and all the staff this weekend out here, all the media guys that are out on track currently. Thank you so much. Everyone's traveled from pretty much out of state. A a lot of these guys out here that came out to set up the event, we all came out from California, from Colorado, from New Mexico, from, let's see, we got Washington, we've got, so many, it's been a huge collaboration of people to come together and host the Ultimate Drifting Challenge for these drivers and for you viewers at home. So big shout out to everybody involved. Thank you so much. Thank you to Motorplex at the Mill for housing us this weekend and letting us come out here and put on this event for these drivers and let them, thrash their cars around and burn through some tires. So thank you, Motorplex. If you guys at home are interested in this track and like what you see, make sure you guys go check out Motorplex at the Mill on Facebook and keep tuned in with their schedule so you can come out and do some time attack, do some oval racing, do some drifting, maybe do some karting, whatever your heart desires. It sounds like they're throwing down out here. We've got So Fine printable vinyl making these drift machines out there shine on track. Proudly displayed. We've got proudly displaying the windshield banners. The UDC windshield banners that you guys see on these cars are from So Fine printable vinyl. Now, safety here is a huge priority, right? Because you can't keep drifting, can't keep doing events, can't keep doing what we're doing without safety first. And that is why we've got Cage Kits on board. Now, Cage Kits does precision engineered using 3D scanning and robotic manufacturing. These guys have crazy repeatability and tolerances with their roll cages, giving you the best fitment and the best safety possible. Thank you to Cage Kits for coming on board this season. They're giving great deals to cages for the drivers involved. And you guys go check out the Cage Kits social media and website and go get yourself a nice, tightly fitting Cage Kits. What else we got? What else do we got? How are we doing, chat? How are we doing? Got some support for crew in the chat. There we go. Caitlin, I'm not sure who's in the white Miata. Oh, Frank? Frank's in the white Miata. Okay, there we go. I gotta add that to my list. Tire guy's lagging. Bonkers, I don't think we've had a UDC without bad weather so far. So fingers crossed that today goes well. And we've got a big break for some track cleanup right now. Hopefully we can get back into some battles here soon. Tire guy no-show. Man, what the heck is going on with the tire guy? That's going to put a halt to the event real quick if these drivers can't get their tires mounted. W for Jeff in the chat. If you guys haven't already, go follow the Ultimate Drifting Challenge pages on Instagram, on Facebook. Subscribe to the channel. Turn the channel notifications on, because if you're watching the live stream now, whenever we pause or stop the live stream, we're going to start up another one later in the day for the different sessions. So make sure you turn those notifications on so that you know whenever we are going live again. Up there, I know that there was confirmed as of yesterday. We had a tire guy coming. We got 24 of y'all in here. Thank you guys. We got a quick little break currently while the track is getting cleaned up, and then we're getting right back into comp. So far, we've had probably like 4 or 5 battles, I'd say. Drivers are killing it so far. This track is absolutely stunning. The layout's pretty freaking cool, and yeah, love to see. Visit a new area. This is my first time out here in Idaho, in Emmett, and the surrounding area is absolutely stunning. There's a ton of new development, and right here where we're at in the mill is very interesting because there's a wood mill right? It's Motorplex at the mill. So we're at the main wood mill here, and then the racetrack was built because before it was a dirt oval track. And then Don was saying that it got bought a handful of years ago, and then just like I want to say between 3 to 5 years ago, the new owner paved what you see now and set up the track, and has been very inviting to time attack, to drifting, to karting, to oval racing. It's a one-stop shop here for locals. They're open to and catering to all different types of motorsports. One thing I was thinking too is the infield layout, like coming down off the bank, would be a really cool like supermoto track layout. There's a lot of variety here. And this place would be really cool to do like a full Matsuri and just hot lap, hot lap, hot lap, hot lap the whole time. Yeah, you're right. A little bit more expensive to have mounted is better than not having tires mounted. That is correct. Oh, I hear a vehicle starting up. Does that mean, yep, we've got cars on track? There we go. We've got Frank in that white Miata up front in the lead. We got that silver LS G35 in the chase. Or gray. I guess it's more of a gray than a silver. Coming in with a nice wide initiation, filling that first OZ, transitioning very well into OZ2. So far, a good chase run there. Bit of a bobble on that touch and go transition. Big flick into the last outer zone. And very shallow with a straight, and ooh, thankfully Chase driver did not make contact there. That could have been a bit of a T-bone. They're going to switch positions and go straight into the second half of this battle. Listen to that. All right, aggressive initiation, LS on limiter, transitioning into OZ2. Very good run so far by both drivers. And consistent lead run there, transitioning into that last outer zone. Miata kind of bobbling and struggling with that last zone again, but looking good. That was a great lead run by that Infiniti G35. Yes, we should have FPV up at some point. I'm sure there might be some sort of technical difficulty or something like that going on. I'm kind of out of the loop on the FPV stuff currently. And Jake, if you know, who's in the red E36? You know, Jeff's in the chase there. Oh, with a big issue there by that lead driver on initiation. Did he break something? Car come out of gear, maybe? Jeff's just gonna go finish his run there. Good job filling that last OZ, Jeff. Seems like that E36 might have some sort of an issue. I'm trying to see if I can hear anything on track. Nope, looks like his tires are looking okay. Maybe he broke an axle. Maybe he's broke. I don't know. Jeff is gonna have a little bit of a bye run here. Nice little practice lap, and yeah, we've got drone out again. There we go. Already a huge early initiation, riding that bank. Nice midline there, coming in hot into the first outer zone. Look at him, he's just having fun. These cars are screaming. Okay, so Tyler's in the red E36. Cool. Lacking on the information this round, but it's okay. We're making it happen. Xavier is in the red E36. Thank you, Derek. I appreciate it. Okay. Great chase proximity there by that G35. We got some infinity on infinity action. Good transition, sucking right back in on his door. Look at that. Let's see if he can maintain some good proximity there through this outer section there into the last outer zone. Just amazing mimicry and timing there by that chase driver. That is what we want to see out of these battles. All right, chat. Who's in the green Z and who's in the gray G35? I've got a names list, but I don't have a car list. Because I know Jeff's in the FRS, Crew's in the E36, E46. We've got Tyler. I know that Jake is in an E36 sedan. And then we've got Jeff, and then yeah, Brianna, that was an amazing run on both accounts. All right, Jeff in the lead. There we go. Good initiation. Great fill of OZ1, transitioning into OZ2. Miata, unfortunately, straightening in that chase. Giving Jeff much leeway there, maintaining that momentum for sure, filling that first outer zone. There we go. Now we've got some consistent Miata there coming in, filling that last outer zone, and he spins. Thankfully, no contact, but that was a close one. Thank you, Derek. I appreciate it. Okay. Riley is in green. There we go. Got my list updated. What's up?
Talk instead of look at your phone.
Hey, I'm getting my driver's list. I was lacking on information, so I'm sourcing that information and I'm getting it organized. Michael, pay attention to what you're doing. They're giving me crap for being on my phone. I'm trying to make the stream go better. I got my driver's list. I got my cars now. There we go. You know, maybe if Caden had given me a proper list of everything, then I wouldn't have to be on my phone on stream, okay? There we go. I think I've got everything now. Cool. And again, we've got a little bit of a pause for some track cleanup. Chat, how are we doing? Again, I want to give a huge shout out to our incredible sponsors who make this all possible. We've got Society, Ignition Speed, Black Widow Exhaust, J&A Oil, and you know, we're giving back to our drivers with amazing discounts on tires like Zestino and Vitor and Zeknova, exclusively available at www.udc.news. Also, I'd like to recognize the hardworking teams behind the scenes. We've got track safety and staffing by Race Club Fabrication, media managed by Low Eye Media, competition zones laid out by Cat Daddy Tuning, and of course, a massive thank you to our track staff, our media, our volunteers, our judges, the production crew, everyone working hard to give this nice, you know, live stream and put on the competition for the drivers and for you viewers at home. And so here's what's at stake. For these guys coming out here driving this weekend, not only are they competing for bragging rights, for some cash at the end of the day, these guys that are driving for the season are competing for a trip to Japan. So Drift Japan came on board, and these winners, so the winner of the 215 comp and the winner of the 235 comp, whoever has the most points at the end of the season, will win a all expenses paid trip to drift alongside legends with rental cars ready to shred in Japan, driving these famous tracks that you guys see on social media, on all these videos and whatnot out there that everyone has fallen in love with and motivated a lot of people that I know at least to get into drifting. These guys are out there battling for a chance to win a trip. Tell Michael to go sit down and push some buttons. Yeah, that's right, bonkers. Oh, you hear that, Michael? Oh, what's up? Oh, speak of the devil. Hi.
I need you to tell everybody to go get food from this restaurant,
Oh, okay. So we've got
Sonora food truck, Mexican grill.
Sonora?
Sonora.
Sonora?
Yes. If you want to say it without the accent, Sonora.
I don't have an accent.
Sonora.
Sonora?
Sonora.
I can't roll my
Don't
tongue.
worry,
I can't roll my R's, dude. Gra. I can't.
There you go.
Eh.
Sonora.
Okay, so we've got food truck out here. All the drivers that are watching the stream, everyone here in the pits, if you guys are watching the stream, make sure you go to the food truck that just pulled up. It's actually Dakota's mom. Dakota is the one doing all the FPV stuff downstairs. His mom has come out and graciously brought the family food truck out here to provide, you know, some lunches and food for everybody. So make sure you go give her a visit and go get some good food. Now on to this next battle. We've got Riley in that 350Z, and we've got Jimmy in the gold and white FRS. These guys are going to switch positions, come down the straightaway, up onto that bank, and initiate into the first outer zone. Jimmy with a solid lead line so far, transitioning into OZ2. Riley is putting on the pressure in the chase. I hear him kicking that clutch. I think I heard like 6 or 7 clutch kicks in that first couple of turns. There we go, with a nice surge into the last outer zone, applying that pressure on his door, coming in across the finish line. How we doing?
Good, how you doing?
What's up, brother? What was your name?
Russ.
Russ, I'm Hayden. Here we go. And I'll scoot over a little bit. Get you on view. You want to scoot towards me a little bit?
Yeah.
There we go. And so, what is your name? What are you doing? How are you involved? That mic, don't worry about it.
No,
We're just,
you're
yeah,
cool,
yeah, we're
perfect.
good.
My name is Russ, and I got a small automotive and repair and diesel repair shop out by the airport. And
Out here in Emmett?
No, Boise.
Oh, Boise. Okay, cool.
Been here since, I want to say like 2010.
Nice. So for a minute.
For a while. Yeah, and then yeah, we've just been. I buy and sell construction equipment with my old van, so it's been kind of slow. So I've been doing drift parts for the most part.
Oh, cool.
All the time. But I've been out here a couple of times. I like Emmett. It's a good little track. Yeah, I was gonna drive tomorrow for the 235 event, and then I sponsored the talking to Caden there. I was trying to give some stuff away for the amateur guys. So
Oh, sweet, dude.
we're giving away like a free 1 day of labor. So you get 10 hours at like $150 an hour. So whatever you want, tube front, and then just all the labor's included, and then parts are just basically you just get straight across wholesale for what I get to them.
That's huge.
So yeah,
That's huge.
try and do that, and then I'll work with anybody that's like out of state. If you guys need like discounted stuff, I know it's hard. Like you guys come up here and want to drive, and you win something, and you got to bring your car back up here. It's not
Right.
really feasible for everybody. So I figured I'd try to contribute to the local community and help it out. I like doing the little comps and stuff.
What do you think of the like Matsuri style what we got going on?
That's cool. I like it. I was kind of hoping we'd run the bank a little bit more.
Yeah.
It's the wall is interesting. This backside bank is shaped really goofy. You really gotta you can't really ride the wall very well. You gotta get in and get out of it. So.
Okay. Yeah, I noticed that with this one over here. I was looking at it last night.
Yeah, the one on the left is way more consistent. It's a nicer shape. You can kind of actually ride a little bit of the wall, but like I think one of my marks actually, me and my buddy, we were tandeming like 2 years ago, and he put me into the wall over on that. But
what are you driving tomorrow?
I got an orange BMW E36 sedan with a small block Ford in it.
Sick.
So I've had that car for like 4 years now. It's an absolute bucket, and it's never really super reliable. I just keep kind of making it work because I'm so busy. I don't have time to finish my S14. So.
Oh, you're in S14. What are you building?
I got a S14 with a quick change, and it's got a Pro Charge LS3 in it, and a dog box, and full cage and everything. So I wanted to try and build something a little more professional. But just not in the budget right now. I got 2 guys I just hired at my shop, so it's trying to get the shop a little more self-sufficient before I really start
Stepping away from the racing side of things.
and spending all my money. Everybody knows drifting's extremely expensive. But it's really fun,
yeah.
so.
Yeah, it's very expensive, but also very, very fun.
Yep. Yeah, I'm glad that the comps are coming back. We've kind of had, and there's another one too, Festival of Speed and next weekend. So if you guys want to stick around, it's out in Twin Falls. That's a really fun track as well. But,
Oh, okay. How far is that from here?
it's probably like 2 hours, I want to say.
It's not bad.
Yeah, it's really close. But yeah, Boise's kind of starting to really blow up. At least Idaho, for the most part. It's kind of nice. Like I've been here for a while. I've been drifting for like 5 years now, and
Okay, I was about to ask
you
how
can
long you've
just
been
about do an event. Like you can probably do about 2 events a month.
Oh, that's not bad.
If you want to drive like less than 8 hours to a track, you could definitely get away with driving 2 events. Like
That's
it is
enough.
a nice little central location. Oh yeah, for sure. You definitely get a lot of seat time. There should be no excuses.
No.
That's kind of part of it too. I figured I'd try to donate some shop labor. Like if people even have a project or something, or they got a spare car that they want to put a little effort into, you drag it over to my shop and we can get you squared away. So
Sweet. How long have you said you've had the shop for like 10 or so years?
yeah, I worked there for about 8 with my old band.
Okay.
And
Family shop?
Yep. Yeah. So it's Soroka Equipment is like the main part of the shop that we buy and sell construction equipment for a lot of contractors in and out of the valley here.
Okay.
And then I just do all the repair for my dad because he's not much of a mechanic. So
Got it.
I get enlisted on that.
Oh, looks like we've got crew out there finally. Sweet.
Yeah, he's a little Utah local legend.
Yeah.
That guy's a hell of a driver.
Yeah, he is. That car is freaking rowdy.
Yeah, me and him actually won the Meridian Festival Speed last year, and it was a pretty good time.
So is he driving both that E46 and that car?
I think it's the plan. They're trying to give him all the prizes, so I think that's going to be on a 215, and then his other car is going to be on a 235. So
Got it. Okay.
he's got a nice little program. Instead of changing the tires, he literally can just step into a different car.
Yeah. Seriously.
Lucky guy.
So if these guys on stream want to keep up with what you're doing, what's your social medias? How can they find you?
Yeah, my main personal account is just like RadRust208 on Instagram, and then I'm trying to work on getting the media a little more active. We build a lot of stuff, and it's always like 911 emergencies. So
Oh yeah.
not a lot of pictures get taken, but we're gonna try and do a better job. But I have I think it's RSR249 on Instagram.
Okay.
That's my shop page. So, and then I got a couple media guys I'm gonna work with. So when I get done with builds, I want to try and like do a little reel, maybe a couple photos and stuff, kind of showing off the work. We build all sorts of stuff though, not just drift cars. I just got done doing SN95, or no, not SN. It's I'm not super good on the Mustang stuff.
I'm not either.
It's an 08 Mustang with a Coyote swap that we twin turboed.
Oh.
It's on a Gen 1 Coyote, like Ford Motorsports ECU, and it made 950 on 15 pounds.
No way.
On like the first pull on the dyno. Yeah, it was ridiculous. It's got a turbo 400 in it with a trans brake. It's like a full drag car that I built for a local guy that moved here from Alaska. And he's like a big street racer.
Oh, that's cool. So it's a street car.
Yeah. He actually went to Firebird and got kicked out like the first pass. He ran a 908 at like 150 in the quarter, and like didn't have his license, didn't have a cage in the car. So they were like, "Thanks for coming, but don't ever come back here until you get a cage." So.
Oh. At least they give him the opportunity to come back.
Oh yeah. He's scheduled in at the middle of the summer here. He's gonna bring his car back, but he had a blast though. Getting kicked out. It's good times. That's a nice
That's a bit of a flex though. Is like showing up first pass, get
first
kicked
pass,
out.
get kicked out. Yeah. So we've done a couple drag cars, and then my buddy Garrett, we follow him. Crash Soup. We built his kind of wired and fired his 2-door coupe with an LS in it. We put a tube front on it for him and stuff. And Jake's got a turbo kit that I kind of made on a budget for him. Soda, he's a musician. He's a local bass player, and I think he plays in a couple bands here in the valley. But he's got a IS300 with a 1-chain.
I love IS300s. So, I started out with IS300s.
Yeah, I just got done wrapping one up from my So IS300 with a 2J and a VVTi NA head that I built the manifold for and stuff. And I think that'll be another one. My buddy did a reel for me. Like, had it painted. We built that car in like 2.5 weeks.
No way.
So yeah, I slammed it together and then went to the Crash Style Invitational.
Cool.
Dope Boys Invitational down in Apple Valley. So.
Yeah, that event looked like a lot of fun.
Yeah, it was a good time. That track is wild.
Have you ever driven it before then?
No. It's I think it's really cool. It's definitely like a nice like complementary mix of Villains and Medford is what it reminds me of.
Yes. When I went to Medford for the first time like 2 months ago, and I was like, oh, it's like Apple Valley. It's great.
Yeah. Medford's actually probably one of my favorite tracks.
Dude, it's one of my favorites now.
I'd like to go back. I've been there once for the Y Plate event.
I signed up for Bash in June.
Okay.
Go there for 3 days and do 3 days of carnage.
There you go. Yeah, that whole town I really like hanging out in. It's very small. It reminds me of kind of Ridgefield, Washington, where I grew up when I was a kid. So, not bad. So we got qual going on for the street comp?
Yep.
Assuming?
So this is our first qual session, and then once this session is done, we'll go into open practice again, and then there will be a second qual session, and then open practice, and then finals.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
So based off of the accumulation of points from the 2 qualifying sessions, because each driver gets 5 battles.
Gotcha.
And so if you win your battle, you get 5 points. If you lose your battle, I think you get still like 2 points. And so, you do your first qualifying session. Let's say you win all 5 battles, you get 25 points. You come into the second qual session, you get 25 points. That sets you up in P1 for finals.
Okay.
Or at least that gets you into finals.
Into a better position. On the main bracket.
Right.
For the
And then even the finals is the same format as the qual,
Gotcha.
where you come in, the points reset, and you battle it out for the final round. But basically, you know, your points for the first 2 qualifying runs dictates whether or not you get knocked out coming into finals.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
You guys got a nice little way you set it up then.
I like it a lot. It's cool. It's nice. It's a very fast paced. It keeps things going. Drivers get a insane amount of seat time. I want to say like the last couple Willow rounds that we've done, guys have gotten, I mean, you know, you get a minimum of, what is it, 15 battles? Or so you get 10 battles in the first qual, or 10 laps, so 5 battles in the first qual, 10 laps, so 5 battles in the second qual, so that's 20 laps there. And if you make it into finals, you get another 10 laps.
Yeah.
So that's 30 laps you're getting just of battles.
And they're all tandem laps.
Yeah, they're all tandem
actual
laps.
laps you can level your skills up in, which is nice because like the Medford event that I went to, that was like one of the only main ones that I did decent at, and I maybe got 10, and it was a 3-day event, 10 battle laps, you know, and half of them were comp. So the way you guys got it formatted, you're definitely maximizing seat time and maximizing like a skill level. It's really nice. Yeah,
because then there's also the practice sessions too. So they're getting not only, you know, up to 20 to 30 battles, but, or, you know, 20 to 30 battles essentially. You're also getting all of the practice in between. So like, dude, drivers have gotten at other events 70, 80, 90 laps out of 1 day of driving.
Yeah, you drivers like car breaks.
Dude, it's crazy. Like the first round that we did at Willow, we had drivers that were like, dude, I'm done. Like we were supposed to do a last chance kind of like qualifier battle, and like they didn't even want to do it. They were done. Media was fucking tired by the end of the day. Like everyone was over it. Which I guess isn't a horrible problem to have.
No, that's the out of all of the drift events I've been to, that's definitely one of the better ways to end the season when you're literally absolutely super tired and can't turn the wheel anymore.
Right. Like as long as your car is not broken, you're going to be turning laps.
Or you're out of tires, you can literally get as much seat time as you want. That's really what it's all about, man. That's the nice part about the grassroots stuff.
Yes. Yeah, exactly. And this gives all the grassroots guys the opportunity to step into comp in a grassroots style way. And it kind of seems like, let's see, we've got media walking off track. Does that mean that this first qual session is over? Question mark. Alrighty, so it's looking like this session is done currently. We're going to do a bit of practice, a little bit of a break, and the next stream is going to go live at 1:45, I was just told. So you guys make sure to sit tight and stay tuned for the next stream, and we'll see you soon. Thanks for stopping in.
Man,
again, what was your name? I'm sorry.
Russ.
Russ, that's right. Cool. Thank you, man. And what was your social media for those that are watching?
RSR Services is my shop name, and then RadRuss208 and RSR249.
Sweet. So anybody in the Boise area, hit your boy up.
Yeah, let me know if you guys need info or questions or some insight on what to do if you guys are lost on picking parts or how to design something. Just shoot me a DM, man. I'm always down to help people out, especially the locals. So.
Heck yeah, man.
You know.
Thanks for stopping in and chatting. Can't wait to see you drive tomorrow.
Yeah, it should be a good time.
Heck
so
yeah.
Appreciate you guys throwing the event. This thing's, you got a nice little setup here. I like it. Way more structured than most. So.
And it's been a bit chaotic this morning.
Yeah. Oh, I know. I was till my shop pretty late trying to get my car finished. I didn't get here till about 11. So.
Oh.
we're just gonna drive tomorrow. It'll be a good time.
Yeah. Heck yeah, dude. Well, yeah. With that being said, we're gonna pause the stream and we'll get back to you guys here in a few minutes.
Cool. Later, guys.
Sweet. Hopefully Michael breaks. There's like I need live feed because there's a 30-second delay with the YouTube.
How many people are watching?
We got 20 in right now.
Okay. Not bad for a Friday grassroots. Dude's watching on the shitter at the workplace. What was your name again, man?
Hayden.
Hayden?
Yeah, let's mute that. And then yeah, we're just gonna mute 6. I think that's yeah, we should be good. Oh.
There you
go. Oopsies. Oh, it's fucking hot in here. I need a break.
Cool. Well, thanks, man.
Dude, thank you. I appreciate it. It's always helpful having someone come in and yap for a few minutes.
Yeah, it definitely keeps the deal going.
Prison Lab seats are keeping me so secure on this hill. I'd be everywhere, but I'm locked in with these. I feel like I'm like being hugged the whole time. And dude, I just got these gloves, so sick. These things with the seat, you can't beat that combo.
We're in Japan.
Hey, the Emmett tour has begun.
We go to 3 track days on this tour. We got Meihan, Bihoku, and TKL.
Then we're going to take you to up garages. We're going to go check out awesome workshops like Rocket Bunny, Trial, you name it, we got it.
You know what? It's going to be jam-packed. We're also going to take this tour to Ebisu for a 7-day add-on to the November tour.
And we're going to be hanging doors with guys like Adam LC, people from Aussie, everybody you've ever wanted to see. I think there's even going to be some sneaky Drift Masters guys there. And Ryusei is coming in for a pop too.
And you know it's going to be all recorded like a documentary, so you can see what we're doing here on tour by the one and only band down the street.
So, are you wondering why you haven't joined this tour? Because I am too. So come and do some skids with us and change your life.
We're in Japan.
Hey, the Emmett tour has begun.
We go to 3 track days on this tour. We got Meihan, Bihoku, and TKL.
Then we're going to take you to up garages. We're going to go check out awesome workshops like Rocket Bunny, Trial, you name it, we got it.
You know what? It's going to be jam-packed. We're also going to take this tour to Ebisu for a 7-day add-on to the November tour.
And we're going to be hanging doors with guys like Adam LC, people from Aussie, everybody you've ever wanted to see. I think there's even going to be some sneaky Drift Masters guys there. And Ryusei is coming in for a pop too.
And you know it's going to be all recorded like a documentary, so you can see what we're doing here on tour by the one and only band down the street.
So, are you wondering why you haven't joined this tour? Because I am too. So come and do some skids with us and change your life.
on tour by the one and only band down the street.
So, are you wondering why you haven't joined this tour? Because I am too. So come and do some skids with us and change your life.
These Prison Lab seats are keeping me so secure on this hill. I'd be everywhere, but I'm locked in with these. I feel like I'm like being hugged the whole time. And dude, I just got these gloves, so sick. These things with the seat, you can't beat that combo.
We're in Japan and we're on tour.
On today's episode, it's gonna be me, Dana, and Spencer, and Lucas. We're gonna be road tripping up to Utah from California for Bobby Low Eyes Ultimate Drift Challenge Toga event. Bunch of people. We have Dustin Farrell, Will Saudet, Rome Charpentier, Josh Weaver, Josh Stewart. We're gonna have tons of coverage. We have our boy Spencer White coming out. And speaking of Spencer, I think he's here. Let's go check it out. Doing big things.
There I am.
Spencer, are you ready, brother?
Oh, I'm so ready. Dude, I'm feeling excited, feeling a little bit nervous. First ever. I mean, it's gonna be a first for a lot of people. Unless you're on the East Coast and you already did the whole Drift Appalachia thing, us guys on the West Coast saw that and wanted to replicate that. So shout out to Bobby, like I said. for, you know, throwing a dope event. Yeah.
Shout out to Bobby.
Yep.
Always throwing great events. We have stopped somewhere in the middle of the desert on the way to Vegas. Get some gas station food. Let's go. So we're on our way to the alignment shop to get Spencer's car aligned, and we're gonna go get some food, and we'll be on our way back on the road.
Made it to Utah. This is the Wingate Hotel, brought to you by Wingate, also brought to you by Bobby Lowe. I thank you, Bobby, for getting us to the hotel.
We are unloading the cars. Everybody is unloading their cars. I did have a great time with Lucas. We were editing. We were eating everybody's ice cream. We were eating all the leftovers from the Japanese grill that we went to.
He's eating vanilla ice cream.
Vanilla ice cream.
As far as the schedule goes, we have off fucking day. Let's go have fun, create content, make this huge. We are literally making West Coast history, Utah history, whatever you want to call it.
You guys excited for this?
Yeah, very excited.
Hi Lucas, how you doing? So we're here
We're doing some tailgate drifting. Cameron Sorensen Motorsports, and we're almost going off a cliff right now. I'm holding this car from going sideways. We're doing a little rock and roll. It's a free ride for me. Here we are, you know, wonderful day. Ultimate Drift Challenge. Let's go.
You need a John, I can hit you with that.
Lunchtime, we are about to start stage 2, which is more up into the mountain. Everybody's just getting done with their grub, loading up. We got a few drivers already lining up to the pit.
How we doing today?
Coming down the hill, all we could hear was what?
These Prison Lab seats are keeping me so secure on this hill. I'd be everywhere, but I'm locked in with these. I feel like I'm like being hugged the whole time. And dude, I just got these gloves, so sick. These things with the seat, you can't beat that combo.
Look at this. I don't know how. No, it's gonna f the car up.
No, yeah. Maybe we'll pick it up.
Jacket?
Who's got a high lift?
We got enough guys.
Maybe we'll pick it up.
Pick it up. Yeah, we're gonna have to pick it up.
Hopefully the car's okay.
Give us a thumbs up, bro.
Are you guys a good though?
God damn, dude.
That is an easy tire access. It actually doesn't look that bad.
I want everybody right here, listen. We want to go up and over. 1, 2, 3, go! Oh, God, no. Right, hey, we need more people over there to push it. 2, 3! All right. Slowly let it down. Let it down. There it goes. There it is. Everybody good? All right, hook the winch up. There we go. Right there, pull it. Pull. Right there. Watch your hand, Peter. Yep.
Everybody watch out.
Alrighty, welcome back everybody. We've got the second qualifying session for day 1. We've got 2:15 today. Thank you for tuning in to the Ultimate Drifting Challenge. We're out here in Emmett, Idaho at Motorplex at the Mill. If you were watching in the stream earlier today, we did our first qualifying session. Drivers are allotted up to 5 points per battle. If they win their battle, they get 5 points, right? You can do 5 battles per qualifying session. So let's say a driver comes out here and they win each of their 5 battles. They will have 25 points. Coming into the second qualifying session, the same rules apply. So drivers can get up to 50 points if they win each of their battles for both qualifying sessions. That then dictates their entry into the finals. And so coming into finals, points will reset just like in the qualifying rounds, and the same format where we've got our Matsuri style layout. These guys don't stop. They do their first run, they switch positions, they do their second run, and yeah, what's up, Tim?
You ready for some cars?
Ready for some cars? Let's send them. Are you guys ready for some cars? I think they are. Let's do it.
Tom's on the phone. Give him 1 second.
Oh, we need a second. We got a little delay.
1 second.
1 second. One Mississippi? That was a second.
All right.
Send them.
Good. All right, send him.
Alrighty. We got judges in place. We got media out on track. We got stream going. We're ready for some more battles. And let's see who we've got up for this first battle. I finally have a full car and driver's list. So now I can properly call out who is driving what in these battles. And first up, we've got Mr. Jeff Coonrod in that red Scion FRS with the Honda K-Series swap in it. And we've got Tyler Cummings in that silver or gray Infiniti G35 powered by that LS V8 motor. These guys coming in hot around that bank into the first turn here, filling OZ1. Great fill by Jeff there. Good mimicry by Tyler in the chase there, applying the pressure coming into this first touch and go, transitioning now into OZ3 and back around into OZ4, and they're going to come through and finish the zone there and shut it down. So that is our course. These drivers are going to kind of cool down around the rest of the infield there, switch positions as you can see now, maintain their momentum through this first bank, and come around back into initiation. Now both of these guys have been throwing down killer laps today. Tyler surprised me in practice. He was one of the more consistent drivers at the beginning of practice that I noticed. Jeff has come out and driven every round of UDC so far, and these guys are killing it today. Great fill by Tyler in that first OZ. Jeff, good mimic there. Big angle through that second outer zone, flicking into that touch and go, transitioning to OZ3 there. And Jeff with an unfortunate spin. Tyler's going to finish out that run, and he will get the points for this battle. Welcome back, everybody, to the stream. And up next, we're going to go straight into this next battle. We're sending more cars. It's a beautiful day out here. It's sunny. It's 60 degrees out. Some clouds here and there. Thankfully, no precipitation. And we've got an E36 on E36 battle here. BMW boys. Let's see, who do we got? We've got Jake Duvall in that purple E36 sedan, and we've got Tyler Vankas in the yellow E36 in the lead. Kind of missing OZ2 there with a snappy transition coming into that touch and go, kind of choking up Jake in the chase there. But going quickly through the rest of those zones. Good speed there. The coupe on sedan. What do you guys prefer? Do you prefer coupes? Do you prefer sedan? Do you prefer sedans? For me, I like the E36 coupes more than I like the sedans, I think. It kind of depends on the chassis. Some sedans I like more. Like, I'm almost more of an E46 sedan fan than the coupes. But the E36s, the coupe really scratches the itch for me. Now, they've switched positions. They've got their momentum. They're going to come flicking into this first outer zone. Jake with a very shallow line, kind of missing most of that first OZ. Transitioning, filling second OZ fairly well, coming into that touch and go there. Good mirroring and good transition timing by Tyler in the chase. Could need, you know, it would be nice to see a bit better proximity, but all in all, that was a great chase run. Starting to smell the tire smoke up here. Chase in the chat says he's a weirdo. He likes sedans more. Yeah. See, I'm a big IS300 fan, so I love sedans. I love IS300 sedans. But the E36 is the coupes, man. I like the coupes more than the sedans. Sierra says she likes coupes more. There we go, Sierra. And we've got Franklin in the lead in that Miata, and he spins. Thankfully, Riley in that green 350Z holds it together, does not make contact, and he's going to continue and finish his run. Oh, and he bogs, almost straightens out there, but saves it with a clutch kick. Oh, but that's okay. I don't think that's going to really negatively affect him since he was the chase driver, and seeing how the lead driver shut it down and kind of botched that run. Now let's see how they do with the roles reversed. 350Z up front, that Miata in the chase. Now that Miata's got to be boosted. I didn't really take a look at it in the pits, but he's got good speed and good momentum through these zones. Definitely does not seem like a stock Miata. But he has been kind of struggling with that initiation. I don't know if there's some sort of a mechanical issue or like fueling issue with the car, because I have seen him kind of shut it down coming off of that bank into the first two zones. That 350Z doing a great job of filling OZ4 there. Idaho guys, where's the party at in Emmett? Got Michael. And we got some media guys coming out. We got a media guy picking up a broom, sweeping. Z is sprinting across track. I don't think I've ever seen him run that fast. Look at him go. Run, Forrest, run. Oh, the drone didn't catch him that time. Z just really gets a workout on these events. I mean, the Medford round, he was running with a camera down the track when we had a car broken that was being pushed, and he was trying to do a bit of a live interview, getting his steps in. Well, hey, if you're stuck in Twin today, why don't you come out tomorrow? We've got 235 comp out here tomorrow. We've got Tyler Cummings in that G35, Crew Fleischer in the E36 in the chase. That LS just screaming over the sound of that turbo S52. Crew with an aggressive chase. That's what we want to see. Really applying the pressure on that lead driver. See him suck into this last zone. Great run by both drivers. You know, Tyler in that G35 has been a very consistent contender today. Throwing down solid practice laps, great comp runs. Love to see it. And now they're going to reinitiate, coming in hot to this first outer zone there. Crew filling OZ1, Tyler filling it in the chase. Good mimicry there by Tyler in the chase. Bit of a gap between the two cars, but still doing a solid job of maintaining line there. Despite the lack of close proximity, that was a good run by both drivers. Someone says we need a twerk cam for a hottie calling the winners. Oh boy, I don't know if we can live stream that. I'm trying to keep it PG. And now up next for the battle, we've got Jeff Goonrod in that red FRS. And we've got Xavier, I'm going to butcher this last name, Blom? Xavier Blom in the red BMW E36. Xavier shutting it down in the chase, straightening out with some understeer there. Oh boy, can he pull it together in his lead run? Kind of sacrificing a run here in the chase. Looks like he's fighting some gremlins with the car. I've seen some inconsistencies with him in practice and with his previous battles. I don't know if it's some sort of a, like fueling issue, if the car's cutting out on him, if it's a mechanical issue, not too sure. That BMW just popping and cracking. Where'd Jeff go? There he is. What is going on? What are they doing? All right, so they have switched positions. Got a battle of the Red Rockets out here. Let's see what is going on. And we've got a forfeit of that run by Xavier. Something is going on with this car. He decided to kind of bow out for the rest of this battle. Jeff is getting yet another bye run. I want to say the same thing happened to them the last qualifying session. Unfortunate to see for Xavier, is missing out on some points. Hopefully he can pull it together and maybe make it into finals. Jeff pointing out something on track. Something fell off of a car, I think. Maybe one of the media guys picking it up. Quick shout out to our partners and sponsors this weekend. We've got Cage Kits on board. We've got SoFine USA, Race Club Fabrication, Low Eye Media, Cat Daddy Tuning, Society, Drift Japan, Defined Wraps, Prisma Labs, NRG, Vitor, Zestino, and Zeknova tire brands, Black Widow exhaust, and onto this next battle. We've got Scion FRS piloted by Jimmy Chautadara, and we've got Riley Burcham in the green 350Z. Not a horrible run by both drivers. Could have been a little better. Could have had some more fluid transitions and some better proximity, but let's see how they do switching positions. Let's see if Jimmy can apply the pressure. Stick it on the door of that green 350Z. Great filling of OZ1 there by the lead car, transitioning into OZ2 with a bit too aggressive by that chase driver, making contact on transition, knocking the bumper off of Riley's car. And a headlight, or the tail light, sorry, is dangling. Man, that bumper is going to be mangled after this. Unfortunate for Riley, taking some damage due to an aggressive chase there, but, you know, it's just what happens with drifting. It's the most carnage we've seen all day. Alrighty. Now coming into the next battle, who do we got? It's looking like we're gonna have Crew and Jake. Another BMW battle, coupe versus sedan. Got that FPV flying around for you guys. Thank you guys again for tuning into the stream. We've got our second qualifying session of the day so far. Once this is completed and we have our bracket set for finals, we will know who gets knocked out and who stays. We've probably got another 25 or so minutes of this qualifying session. We will then have another small break, then get into finals. And once we get through finals, it's going to be open track for these drivers to get more practice for whoever is driving 235 tomorrow, or just, you know, get some party laps in for the 215 guys that are done for the day. So far, they've gotten a good amount of seat time. There have been some minor delays and hiccups here and there, but all in all, drivers are still driving, and ideally, you know, getting more seat time with this Matsuri style format than a traditional competition, which we love to see. Now we've got Jake in the lead and Crew in the chase. Jake in that purple E36 sedan, Crew in the black and white E36 coupe. They've got the stock sedan versus the built coupe there. Jake with a very shallow initiation, missing OZ1, transitioning, missing OZ2 as well, but still with a fluid lead line. Crew extremely aggressive there with some great transition timing, nearly tapping his rear bumper there. Jake throwing it down as best as he can, and Crew choking up, still putting on the pressure there. Hopefully Jake can keep up to Crew with this switching of positions. Jake's in the chase now. Coming around that bank, they're going to reinitiate, coming into OZ1, setting themselves up in this infield. Crew filling OZ1. Jake cutting a little bit shallow, but I believe he's doing that just because he's trying to, you know, maintain some momentum there to keep up with Crew, because Crew is making like 500 horsepower in that car, he told me earlier in the pits. And Jake, I know he's in a semi-stock E36 there, probably making 180 wheel horsepower, if that. Now, this next battle, we've got Tyler Cummings in the gray Infiniti G35. And we've got Tyler Vankas in the yellow E36. We've got a battle of the Tylers. Some Tyler on Tyler action here. Great initiation, great fill of OZ1 by that G35. We got the E36 filling in pretty well, chasing him there, mimicking that line. A bit shallow, however, but transitioning well, coming into OZ4, that last zone there. Tyler in the lead is filling it out very well. He's done a great job today of, you know, crossing his T's, dotting his I's, and putting the car where it needs to be. These guys are going to now switch positions, maintain that momentum around the outside of the course. Alrighty, initiating into this first turn again. Let's see, there we go, filling OZ1 fairly well there, transitioning into OZ2. Bit of a hiccup by the lead driver, kind of gripped up on transition, but still maintaining fluidity. Tyler in the chase, bit of a gap there, not the proximity that I was expecting, but still filling his zones there despite the lack of proximity. Big shout out to Motorplex at the Mill for hosting us this weekend. This track is phenomenal. The facility is beautiful. I mean, the asphalt is all new. Speaking of the facilities, right? The bathrooms are beautiful. Cleanest track bathrooms I think I've ever been to. They also do road racing here. They do time attack. They do go-karting here. There's a drive-in movie theater in the parking lot. There's a little wedding venue and an event venue here. It's a one-stop shop. So if you're out here in Emmett, Idaho, you want to come out to this facility and do something, hit them up on Facebook. Motorplex at the Mill. Jeff in the lead in his FRS, and we've got Riley in the chase in his 350Z. Jeff messing up that entry and forfeiting this run, unfortunately. Something's got to be going on with his car. Sad to see. We've got that drone on Riley right now. Hopefully Jeff can pull it together and get some more points on the board into these next few battles. Would love to see him in the finals. I know he was fighting some fuel pump issues at the last round we did at Willow Springs. I was told that he had fixed those issues coming into this event, but I'm hoping that he doesn't have any more crazy gremlins this weekend. Maybe he just got a little too excited. Now drivers have switched positions. 350Z in the lead, FRS in the chase. Riley with a solid, fluid lead line at this point. Jeff putting on the pressure there, transitioning right on his rear bumper. Good lead run by Riley in the lead. And if you missed it, we're giving back to our drivers with amazing discounts on racing tires like Zestino, Vitor, and Zeknova. We've got Crew Fleischer in the lead in that BMW E36. And we've got Jimmy Chautadara in that gold and white Scion FRS. Oh, and Crew spinning on the initiation. Alrighty. And these guys are going to complete the rest of their run. Unfortunate to see Crew spinning out on initiation, but it is what it is. Hopefully he can make up some more points coming into the next few battles that we see in this qualifying session. And they're going to circle around, let the cars cool off for a second. Again, Jimmy in that FRS in the lead, Crew in the chase in the E36. These guys are pitting together in the pits I saw this morning. They're friends, and they're out here on track battling it out for points in the bracket. Crew with an aggressive flick there in the chase, transitioning on his bumper nearly. Jimmy throwing down a solid lead line there, transitioning into OZ4. Crew sucking in with a great mirroring of line there right behind him. And a solid run by both drivers. And Nico, you asked and you shall receive. We now have an announcer on PA. So we've got Jake Duvall in the lead in that E36 sedan, and we've got Tyler Cummings in the chase in that Infiniti. Tyler slipping and sliding, dipping off track in that first outer zone. Jake throwing down, completing OZ1 and 2 fluidly through the next touch and go, coming into the last outer zone here. Tyler playing catch up, sucking in on Jake there. Alrighty, now these guys are gonna switch positions coming around the track. We've got thumbs up from both drivers. They're stoked to be here. They're happy to be out on track driving against each other. It's all smiles here. Love to see the camaraderie. Let's see Jake get up on his bumper. I want to see him tap him. Close that gap, brother. Initiation, there we go. Coming in nice and wide, filling OZ1. Tyler doing a great job there. Jake pretty shallow in the chase, but transitioning at a great point there, mimicking the angle, but with a big mistake straightening out in the chase. That is going to cost him some points. Tyler with a very fluid lead line there, filling that last outer zone very well. He's been one of our more consistent drivers of this event so far. Not a bad day so far today. We've got beautiful weather. We've got cool cars out here. Tires are being shredded. Now, on to this next battle. We've got Jeff Coonrod in that red Scion FRS powered by the Honda K-Series motor. And we've got Tyler Vankas in that yellow BMW E36. The nice initiation by Jeff there, coming in hot to this first outer zone, filling all of it, transitioning into OZ2, doing a great job there in the lead, setting a nice wide line for that chase car to fill in. Tyler with a little bit of a shallow chase there, but still, maintaining a decent line, not too far away from Jeff in the lead, completing the course, doing what he can. Now they have switched position. They're maintaining that momentum here at UDC. We don't stop and start cars for the next half of the battle. We keep them going. They've got their little gentleman zone to maintain a slower speed, and then they hype it up. They reinitiate into this first turn, coming into OZ1, transitioning now into OZ2. Tyler doing a solid job there in the lead, putting down a good line for Jeff to follow. Couldn't even hear the BMW over the sound of that Honda motor screaming in that FRS. Thank you all for tuning to the Ultimate Drifting Challenge live stream today. We are out here in Emmett, Idaho at Motorplex at the Mill. We've got our 215 tire competition today, and stay tuned to our 235 series tire tomorrow. Turn those notifications on the YouTube channel. Subscribe if you have not. Go follow Ultimate Drifting Challenge on Instagram and Facebook to keep up with the media from this event and future events coming soon. And Riley Burcham in the lead in that 350Z. Crew Fleischer in the chase in that E36. Crew is applying the pressure to Riley there, really sticking it to him, transitioning at a great point behind him. Riley is doing a wonderful job of filling those zones and laying down a solid lead line for Crew in the chase. These guys just threw down a wonderful line. Good lap. Can't wait to see how they do switching positions now with Crew in the lead and Riley in the chase. A couple battles ago, Riley made some contact with, Jimmy made some contact with Riley, knocking off that rear bumper and taillight. Hopefully they're not damaged beyond repair and he can get them back on the car. Crew with the solid entry, hitting that first outer zone, transitioning now. Big angle coming into OZ2, filling all of outer zone 2, transitioning now into that inner clip there. Great job by Crew in the lead. Riley's trying to keep up there in the chase in that VQ 350Z against that Turbo S52. And now this is a testament. Crew's car is making around like 500 horsepower. That 350Z, I'm not sure if it's a DE or if it's an HR. I believe it's an HR. It's got some HR taillights. So that car's making probably what, like 265, 285 wheel. And, you know, that just goes to show how our tire rule is a great mediator between cars. You can have a stock 350Z or you can have a built BMW.
Hey, Hayden.
Oh, hey, Don.
Yeah.
How are we doing?
Well, I'm just here checking in.
Yeah, just checking in.
Yeah.
You having fun judging?
I am having a good time.
What do you think of the layout so far?
Layout is good. I think Riley got his little butt kicked there by Crew on that one, but
Yeah.
We'll see how they work out. Yeah, he's coming to get him. He's out for blood today, that young man.
Seriously.
Yeah.
Yeah, into this, you know, now that we're in the second half of our qualifying now, you know, drivers are more comfortable with the layout. And they've driven the course this morning. They've had their practice sessions. They've had the first qual. And so we should start to see some more aggression coming into finals.
Well, I think as we move into the finals, yeah, it's time to crank it up and get the job done, everybody. Okay, that little purple BMW is kind of out here to get something done. A late entry, had to go get some tires somewhere and get back in the fight.
Yeah, he was texting on the live stream earlier. He was waiting on tires mounted, and I think he had to go and get some. I don't know. Yeah, I'm not too sure, but
yeah, finding drift tires in this town might be a little challenging.
Right?
But, gets steal grandma's tires off her rig.
Throw some all seasons on, air them down to like 10 psi.
Yeah, put some used snow tires. It'll be fine.
Yeah, it'll be fine. Whatever, you know, run what you brung.
That's what I say. Here we go.
And Jimmy in the lead on that FRS, throwing on a nice wide line, filling all of outer zone 1, transitioning snappily into OZ2. Jake in the chase, trying to play catch up there. Where is he in the chase? Can he get some proximity there? These low power boys out here struggling.
Oh yeah, I saw that inner tie rod bouncing around there, so that thing might show up on the track here in a minute.
Oh. Which car?
On the little purple BMW that can.
Oh.
He's coming, I'm catching you.
Alrighty, and we now have Tyler Cummings in that G35 and Tyler Vankas in the E36. Some Tyler on Tyler action. See if that BMW can keep up with that horsepower coming out of that LS and that Infiniti G35. Great fill of OZ1 there by the lead driver. Tyler in the chase doing a wonderful job of, transition timing there, keeping close to him, maintaining a good mirroring of the line of the lead car there. He may not be on his door, but he is still following the correct line. What are your thoughts on that round, Don?
Yeah, good job. I like the mirroring by the chase car. All right, yeah, little thumbs up from driver to driver. So good sportsmanship, gentlemen. We'll see who comes out the victor. I'll be right back.
Now into the second half of this battle, coming down off the bank, initiating into OZ1 here. Tyler in the lead, doing a great job of filling. Tyler in the chase, really applying the pressure there. Good proximity. Good transition timing there, coming through the rest of this course, transitioning now into OZ4. Bit shallow there by the lead car, but both drivers are completing their run, throwing down a solid battle.
Tyler wins that one.
All right, which one? Hey, Bobby. Oh, never mind. All righty, we've got Jeff Coonrod. Oh, all right, G35 is going to win that last battle. We've got Jeff Coonrod in the lead in that Scion FRS, and we've got Riley in the chase in that Nissan 350Z. Coming in hot into this first turn, initiating nice and early there, coming into OZ1. Jeff filling OZ1 very well. Riley, unfortunately, straightening in the chase, shutting it down. Hate to see it. Would love to see a nice clean battle. Both guys out there sliding the entirety of the course, but you know what? It's drifting. That happens. Mistakes will be made. Jeff throwing down a solid lead line there. That Honda motor screaming in that FRS. And Jeff's car, I drove Jeff's car in Medford. His car single-handedly changed my mind on K-swaps entirely. He's got, I believe, a built motor. I don't know what it makes, probably, I don't know, between 250, 300 horsepower. And that car, it feels like the perfect combination of 4-cylinder V8 and like street bike. It winds out, it sounds great, it feels good, it's peppy, it's so fun to drive. Now Riley with a solid initiation coming in, filling OZ1. Jeff applying the pressure in the chase, transitioning on his bumper there into OZ2. Great job there by both drivers coming into that first touch and go there. Transitioning now to OZ3, and they're gonna come into this last corner, the last zone there. Nice and wide by Riley. That's going to be an interesting one to judge there. But unfortunately, I believe because of Riley's mishap in the chase there, that win may go to Jeff. And yes, Jeff Coonrod is going to get the win on that battle in the red FRS. Crew Fleischer in the lead in this BMW black and white E36, and we've got Jimmy Choutdara in the gold and white Scion FRS. Battling once again here, initiating nicely into the first outer zone. Crew barely hitting that first OZ, a bit shallow there, kind of shallow into that second OZ as well, which may have just choked up Jimmy in the chase. Wasn't expecting that. Filling all of that last zone very nicely. We've got a high power car in the lead, a low power car in the chase. That is a difficult battle to be had. Now let's see how Crew does going up against a slower vehicle in the lead. Can he keep it together and really put it on his door? I agree, Chase. It is great to see Jeff's car out here ripping and not cutting out like it was at Willow. Now, these guys have switched position. They've got their momentum initiating back into the infield here. Great transition timing by Crew in the chase. Solid lead run by Jimmy in the lead there. Nice snappy transitions. Quick. Crew is applying the pressure with great mirroring. This was a solid run by both drivers. Now who will take the win? Roman, yeah, dude, this course looks so sick. It's a very nice facility, first of all. Shout out to Motorplex at the Mill out here in Emmett, Idaho. But this course is so cool. You know, initiating on the bank like that, coming down to the infield, it looks like a very, very fun course to drive. So far, no complaints from the drivers that I've heard. Everyone seems to be having fun out here. It's a good day so far. Jake again with the shallow chase there. Oh, knocking his front bumper off, getting aggressive there, touching that G35 on transition. Love to see the aggression from the chase driver. Tyler throwing it down in the lead. That LS is roaring in that Infiniti G35. Okay, drivers have switched position, maintaining a slow-ish speed through this gentleman's zone, sucking up close to each other on the bank now. They're going to go in and reinitiate into this first outer zone. There we go. Jake doing a better job of hitting that first OZ, flicking in aggressively to OZ2, really swinging that BMW around. Tyler in the chase doing a good job of mirroring the timing of that lead car. Sucking in through this last outer zone. Jake kind of missing, very shallow through that last corner, but still finishing the lap, holding it down. And it sounds like Tyler Cummings in the G35 takes the win. And a big shout out to track staff, to media out here. Thank you, Motorplex at the Mill, for hosting us this weekend. Thank you to Cage Kids for coming out. Thank you to So Fine USA, Race Club Fabrication, Low Eye Media, Cat Daddy Tuning, Society, Drift Japan, Define Wraps, Prisma Labs, NRG, Vitor, Zestino, and Zek Nova Tires, Black Widow Exhaust, Ignition Speed, TDMI Imports, Street Rivals, J&A Racing Oil, Eagle Motorworks, and Idaho Drift. Thank you to all of our partners and sponsors for this season. Now, this battle, we've got Jake Duvall in the lead in the purple E36, and we've got Tyler Vankas in that yellow E36. Battle of BMWs, sedan versus coupe, coming into the infield here, transitioning. Good transition, lots of angle by Jake in the lead there. Hitting that touch and go. Coming into that third outer zone there. Solid run by both drivers, probably one of Jake's better runs that I've seen so far today. Now he's getting comfortable. The cobwebs are shooken off. And they're looking good. Many BMWs out here this weekend. Idaho boys, loving those European chassis. Alrighty, so they have switched positions. We now have Tyler in the lead and Jake in the chase. Initiating, Tyler missing OZ1, Jake pretty shallow as well to mimic that lead line. Whoa, Jake a bit offline there, messing up his transition in the chase. Buddy holds it together, maintaining drift, not losing it. Alrighty. Hello.
Hey.
What are we doing?
So, update.
Update?
That was the end of that round of qualifying. We're going to come back in an hour with finals.
Sweet.
There were not a ton of guys today.
Mm-hmm.
So, we're going to have most of those guys are all going to participate in the finals.
Sweet.
We're going to try to bring in some more people for you to talk to here in a little bit, but we're going to probably come back in 45 minutes maybe.
To an hour, yeah,
to
45
talk
minutes
to the
an
people.
hour. Perfect. Okay, so we'll start up the stream at 3:45, do some interviews, and then start up comp at like 3:30?
Yes,
or
sir.
same time?
Yep.
Yep, same time. So like.
So we'll so we'll do 3:15 kind of.
Oh yeah, sorry, 3:15.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And then we'll come back to comp at 3:30.
Beautiful. Sounds good. So everyone on the stream watching, we're going to start up the stream again at 3:15, and comp will resume at about 3:30. So stay tuned, turn those notifications on, follow Ultimate Drifting Challenge on Instagram, on Facebook, keep up with the socials, and stay in the loop. Thanks for tuning in. I'll see you guys in like 45 minutes.
These Prison Lab seats are keeping me so secure on this hill. I'd be everywhere, but I'm locked in with these. I feel like I'm like being hugged the whole time. And dude, I just got these gloves, so sick. These things with the seat, you can't beat that combo.
We're in Japan.
Hey, the tour has begun.
We go to 3 track days on this tour. We got Mayhan, Bihoku, and TKL.
Then we're going to take you to up garages. We're going to go check out awesome workshops like Rocket Bunny, Trial, you name it, we got it.
You know it, it's going to be jam-packed. We're also going to take this tour to Ebisu for a 7-day add-on to the November tour.
And we're going to be hanging doors with guys like Adam LC, people from Aussie, everybody you've ever wanted to see. I think there's even going to be some sneaky Drift Masters guys there. And Ryusei is coming in for a pop too.
And you know it's going to be all recorded like a documentary, so you can see what we're doing here on tour by the one and only band down the street.
So, are you wondering why you haven't joined this tour? Because I am too. So come and do some skids with us and change your life.